Welcome back. Junkies on 106.7 The Fan, and you can watch us on NBC Sports Washington, where we are tweaking things. I believe we've connected with Jason via Skype, so you can now see in the studios. We only have a one-shot from NBC Sports Washington. They don't have a full control room back in Bethesda. I think they're all working from home, and so it's a shot of our studio and a shot of now an old nubby TV with both Eric and Jason on the camera. So you can actually see all three of us doing the show. Actually, EB, you were afraid to get tweets. Most people were pretty complimentary of the addition of your face to the broadcast.
Well, I'm handsome. The point is...
I don't think anybody said that. They just thought it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work. And if we need be, I'm not kidding, I will get us a bigger, nicer, smart television. We need to get a longer, I think it should be located where Jason typically sits. So like sort of you're on the same plane as us, you know, or whoever's sitting in that seat, JP. I think it'll look good. I really do. You watch the news sometimes, right? Or even when you watch like PTI with Kornheiser and Wilbon, they'll turn around behind them and they'll talk to some guy on the television, right? It's not always just on the screen.
Yeah, but usually the guys on television aren't 6 inches tall. Like,
what do you mean?
Well, you just look tiny on the TV.
Well, right, but I'll buy us a bigger TV. How big a TV you want?
It's going to be like a 90-incher.
Yeah, like a 90.
I don't think that's what you need at all.
It stands up vertical.
What?
And we needed to stand up vertical.
Why?
Because that's what they do on Around the Horn.
Well, you don't need a stand up vertical. That's crazy because all you're doing is a headshot. You don't need that.
Lurch is a nubs photographer.
Lurch has got to work on his lighting. Lurch's lighting skills are nubs.
I mean, I can only do so much.
But you know what?
The office isn't built for this.
You're right. It's a work in progress, and we're working towards something that's a little bit better. So you can watch us on NBC Sports Washington if you want. I do want to constantly remind people, it's all at thefandc.com. But we know the vast majority of our listeners listen old school. They're driving to work. That's how they listen. Now less people are driving to work. You can listen from home, and we appreciate the support. Use your Alexa. Use your Google Home. If you don't know how to follow us on all the ways, you can go to thefandc.com. It has instructions how you can listen to us on Waze. I mean, apps I've never heard of. You can listen to us on your Android, radio.com. Keep listening to the show. We want to be a diversion.
Lurch, this is how you do it, buddy. Obviously, you're trying to make do. We all are. You don't have to do it now. But while you're broadcasting, you kind of turn – I know this is against your nature because you're such a neat freak, but you get like a towel or a blanket and you cover up the light that's coming from behind you, and then you got to get some light in front of you.
All right, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So in other words, Jason's having the classic issue of he's backlit, and so in the front of his face looks dark. And then he's got to figure out a way where he can get a light in front of him.
All right, while we work on Jason's lighting, why don't we go to a couple phone calls?
Is that
people
better?
being on hold for a while.
It is some better, absolutely.
Let's go
absolutely.
To Joe, who's in Baltimore. Joe, you're on with the Junkies. Good morning.
Greetings from Baltimore, Junks, of the land of bows and O's. How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I know the times are tough, but I wanted to talk a little my take on Redskins free agency. Wondering if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, so here's my take. Obviously, in the past, we made big splash moves. We tried our one big splash move, Cooper, but in my opinion, a receiver is not going to make you a playoff team. So I love what they're doing. They're signing lower-level guys who will compete. Example, Jerron Christian will compete with the guy they signed from the Bears. The safeties will compete Monte Nicholson and Sean Davis. So I love what Ron Rivera is doing. He's creating a culture of competition. Now, the other thing, if they really want to do this, they can trade that number 2 pick and then fill more holes that way. I'm not really sure what I would do in that situation. I'd probably take Chase Young if he's going to be like Lawrence Taylor. But I guess that's my thoughts on the whole offseason move situation. I actually like it. So, and if you want a tight end, you could get that guy from Dayton maybe in round 3 or Randy Moss's son in round 3. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
JP?
I don't think competition is always the greatest if both guys aren't very good. I mean, wouldn't you rather have the better player than 2 guys who are mediocre competing? I mean, the theory is, the competition is going to make you better. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Davis guy they picked up at safety. Hopefully he's an upgrade on Monte Nicholson. If not, they really haven't done anything.
I think they still need Mickelson.
Well, like you said, they
at this
added
point.
depth at the worst. They added depth at that position or in the secondary. I think they're better in the secondary, but I still think they have to go out and either draft another guy at corner or go out and sign another guy. They're not done.
Right.
But tight end, yeah, I mean, maybe they have it in their mind, in their plan, that they're just going to draft a guy in the third round, and they're targeting a couple guys in the third round, and that'll be your starter.
Look, clearly
Because
they want
right now, who's your starter? Is it Sprinkle over Thomas, or is it Thomas over Sprinkle?
I think it's Sprinkle. But clearly they wanted Amari Cooper. They offered him big money.
Yeah.
He chose to take less. That was their number one target. They felt like if they got Amari Cooper and you pair him with Terry McLaurin, they have a top-tier receiving core.
Right.
And it would have been.
Right. Well, I mean, it's going to be an issue until Haskins or whoever is playing quarterback demonstrates that, hey, the guys can come here and put up numbers, because you're certainly not going to say, oh, I'm going to go to the Redskins and win. All right, so you're not going to win. So you got to at least put up numbers.
Yeah.
Right now, you're likely to come over here and not win and not put up numbers. So why would you come?
But looking at the Redskins depth chart, Jason, I do think that it is better on defense because not only do you add Davis in the secondary, you add Fuller. So the combination of those two make the secondary, I think, a little bit better. Obviously, Josh Norman leaves. But I think that they'll be better off, assuming Quentin Dunbar is part of the equation, and I think that he will be. So you'd have probably Dunbar, Moreau, and Fuller as your top three corners. And so guys like Jimmy Moreland and some of the guys they added last year will be depth. We'll see how Thomas Davis plays, 37, 38. I've mentioned this a few times. I believe he had more tackles than anybody on the Redskins last year. So I think that will be helpful.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
For sure.
maybe. But there are still – look, this is a 3-win team. They're not going to all of a sudden become a 10-win team.
Yeah, I think their bigger problems are on the offensive side. We still don't know what's going to happen at left tackle. They brought in basically a journeyman who can play multiple positions. Guard. Eric Flowers is gone. You're not going to have Eric Flowers and Trent Williams on your left side, barring some sort of miracle there with Trent Williams, and we haven't heard anything.
And
Which, by the way, I think I've been proven correct on that one, too. I'm just so correct lately.
Which
that
one?
I don't think the market is anywhere near what Trent thought it would be for him. Right? Isn't that obvious at this point?
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought there was this monster market for Trent Williams.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he did.
I thought second round. I thought you can get a second rounder, but
Well,
probably
they
wrong.
can't because – I mean, they might be able – but they can't because if the contract demands. See, that's what's throwing it. It's a two-pronged problem.